Hey, you're here with Rome, your host of Drift Smart, and you're here with Taka Aono. Aono?
Aono.
Aono.
That's right. Aono.
Aono.
Yes.
Taka.
Close enough.
Taka Aono.
Okay.
There you go. That sounds much better. So we're learning Japanese too as well.
Yeah.
Anyways, he is a legendary 86 driver, also known as the Flying 86, and he's been killing it in FD for a while with the 86. And now he's, are you considered retired or?
Yeah. Retired from the racing.
Yeah.
I'm too old.
No, he's not. No, he still gets down. He throws it on your door. Don't worry about that. He's just being modest. Trust me. But he is a special in Toyotas. So I wanted to find a good Toyota guy for you. This is the man. Also, he was my mentor and taught me how to drive. So all the credit goes to him on why I can make it around the track in one direction. So that's very helpful. But anyway, so what do you have as far as like Toyota's 86 versus what's the other platforms like an IS300?
Yeah.
And maybe we'll even actually reach out to someone else for the Supra platforms. But he mainly specializes in the 86s and in the IS platforms. So why did the 86 become so popular, and like why is it a good drift chassis to start with?
Oh, it's the good thing is it doesn't have power.
Okay.
So you run lines, and they're managing wheel speed. That's one of the most important thing for the drifting. So if you lift too much, you lose everything. And like 90 horsepower shit, it's you cannot do so much, but you can go faster to make your speed like friends to help you go sideways. Then you learn speed, and you learn how to maintain the momentum or speed, cornering speed, and then you learn how to steer the car while you're going sideways. So that's good, but it has a limitation.
What was the limitation for you?
So like on the straightaway, when you go with like 1,000 horsepower car with a 90 horsepower car, unless you're daydreaming, there's no way you're gonna maybe they can give you like 1,000 feet jump, but still they're gonna walk away from you. So in the animation world, they mainly do it in the downhill things, right?
Yeah, downhill.
Not the uphill, or not freeway, or not drugstore. So that's the things. At the same time, while you're driving AE86, you don't learn how to use e-brake.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
No, because you stop.
Yeah. Or you lose the wheel speed that you barely have, and you don't go fast enough, and then you realize that how much you're missing from the fun of the drift.
Got it.
Because like everybody think e-brake is just for going sideways, but if you think about it, we just go sideways once then we start keep going sideways after that. And we use e-brake more after we go sideways anyway, right?
Yeah.
To move the weight, slow down the car, extend the arc, you name it. And AE86 driver graduate, their hand doesn't go there because they're always like this, and the left leg move too much.
Big buff leg.
Yeah, but that's another thing too, right? You make a bad habit of just kicking clutch anytime you want to. Then when you start driving 600, 700 horsepower car, you start braking everything because you're constantly doing this. So like certain point, if you are the drifter, you wanna graduate AE86, keep it in your garage because the price is not gonna go down anymore. So change it to investment part and move on to something else. It's another way. Or you can be stupid enough like me, start pushing more power, then you realize it's a shell of the Corolla, but rest of it is not so Toyota anymore. That's another way to do it.
So how much horsepower did you, like what was the max out when you max efforted the chassis? Like what was the max amount of power you could get in the chassis?
All depends on the dyno, right? What
Okay.
number it gives. That on the dyno jet, the biggest power it made on the wheel was a 750.
That's a lot. From 90 to 750 is a big jump.
Yeah, it didn't happen, one
Oh,
year.
of course.
Yeah, but yeah, it took 11 years almost. but the biggest problem we had was you can play with the rear suspension to make grip
Mhm.
by creating anti-squat. Then so tire push so much and start lifting the body up. Then we start ripping the frame off.
Okay.
Yeah, and the car was built for 100, and you put 7 times more with running 18s. It was designed to run 13 to begin with, right? And 165 or 185. So when you do that with a sticky tire, pretty much you rip the frame off. And under the Formula D regulation, we cannot modify the suspension attachment point.
Mhm.
And I talked to Kevin Wells, and he's like, only way is find the shell, cut the floor, measure it right, and put it exactly same location as factory.
Yeah, put it back in.
Yeah, we did it, but it ripped again. So every 2-3 event we have to do that. That's really too much.
Yeah, you're killing too many Corollas out there.
Yeah, so that was it.
So that's pretty much the cap on Corolla, 700 horsepower.
Under the Formula D regulation.
Yeah.
But if you go to Japan or Europe, if they are free to do it, you can do whatever you want. You can, I don't know, 1,000 horsepower, 2,000 horsepower, you name it. So
And is there any drivability issues at making 700 horsepower with such a short chassis?
So off the start, that was one of the biggest challenge we had because the car was kind of light, and we make the car fat. So
Okay.
about 2,500 pounds. And year before we go to that size of the tire, I think car itself was 2,000 pounds. We had to make the car heavy, like 500, almost 500 pounds, right?
That's a lot of weight.
Yeah, so bigger rear end, biggest radiator you can find, the biggest weight like battery you can find, and find the steel door.
Mm-hmm.
All glass go back to glass, and those are the things we have to do to make the car heavy.
So you had to basically go back to more factory setups just to get the car heavy enough to be
Yeah.
able to compete in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then still the tire we picked was a 245/40
Mhm.
18 because we like the 40 size sidewall than 35 series on the 255.
Yeah.
And after that, still off the line, it's too light, so it doesn't put the pressure. But once cars start going, and the anti-squat is keep pushing it, and under the too much wheel speed situation, car picks up the speed.
Got it.
But we are aiming mainly too much on the traction side, so we start doing those JR style of lifting the front. But too much anti-squat came in a penalty because when you back on the gas, the rear puts weight, like lift the body,
Yeah.
put more weight in the front. Usually drift car, we wanna ride like
Yeah,
this.
squat
but-
back.
So front tire get heavier under the gas.
And do you have power steering?
No.
So no power steering either. Okay.
Yeah, then you take the gas off. Now rear end do squat.
Mm-hmm.
So suddenly
You
get-
lose steering.
Yeah.
So you lose steering off throttle. No, you lose steering. Yeah, off
off
throttle, and you gain steering under throttle.
Yeah.
So the backwards of what you want.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Really interesting. I like
Yeah.
his choice of words of interesting.
Yeah.
So
And
Okay.
one of the toughest thing on the Corolla. But it's fun car if you don't go too far. Yeah.
awesome. So is there anything else you want to add on the Corolla?
I don't know. It's fun to drive, but it's not
I think
for
that
me.
I think that's why most people have them and keep them, is because of how much fun they are to drive at low horsepower.
But nowadays, they're getting into the investment mode.
Yeah.
I understand that, but you need to drive it hard to see it, how fun it is. You know that.
Yeah. You just drive flat all the way down.
Yeah, and-
You got to use every bit of that 90 horsepower 300 miles ago that you had, and
It's kind of weird, right? Like on the first gear, you can do like maybe 90% gas and 10% the steering wheel
Yeah.
control, and speed go faster. It's losing it, and about top of the second, it's getting like 70 and 30.
Yep.
And third gear, pretty much you don't have any control on the right. Like you just do this and try to manage through. Yeah, but good thing you learn how to manage the angle too.
Yeah, it was helpful.
Yeah, we don't let the car do this. We just manage every bit of angle to keep it going. That's one thing, it's really important. Don't let the car do the job. You're the one.
So, I mean, don't you teach that too? Don't you have a driving school that you teach?
We do the drift school USA.
Got it.
And main goal is, in the beginning, dance with the car, then start leading the car.
Got it.
Yeah. In the beginning, you can let the car do the job. But once you know how to deal with it, then you start driving ahead of the car. That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah.
You don't react to the out in the wall when you see the wall. Oh, so you don't do that. That's too late. You plan it. And
if you do, you only do it one time because you're not going to make another lap.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah.
So awesome. Well, hey, thank you, Taka. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys someone who knows Corollas like insane. I mean, this guy's had, how many Corollas have you owned total? What do you think?
I don't know. I just total only 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, throughout the Formula D. So I don't know. I still have 9 of them.
So he's on the investing side at this point if he's got 9 Corollas.
Yeah, it's not that clean to begin with, but yeah, we start playing AE86 more because it's cheaper.
Go into that topic in a second, so let's stop here. But thank you, Taka. I want to thank him for the Corolla part of it, and then we'll jump into the next part of Drift Smart. So stay tuned for the IS300 part coming up soon.